It's an honor to be on with you guys.
How often do you remind Taylor about the hit with Clowney?
It was crazy. They had a sniper on the building across from us, and he leaves for like 5 seconds. He comes back. He's like, "We're not interested." You already know, man. Donald Trump. It's the most handsome room I've been in all day. And then just farts into the mic. I'm like, no, this is terrible. Like, I'm never going to get a job.
Took the back of his helmet and I started shoving it in the ground. And he got up and started swinging at me.
I go from starting 40-something games in the SEC to now I'm here rotting in Montreal.
Beamer consistently ranks for them in that like top 3 of their favorite coaches. We're making a small difference in the internet world of the Gamecocks.
If you want somebody to lead the team and have a chance at winning, I mean, game-winning drive, if that comes about, like, I won 5 in college and I won 17 in the NFL.
Go Gamecocks. Y'all already know national championship loading. Beamer, Coach of the Year, Sellers, Heisman. It's all happening this year.
Hey, what's up, Tailgaters? It's Pat here on a solo mission. But I kind of felt like Steve was on a solo mission running the interview this week with Gamecock legend. Didn't wear a helmet, jersey, shoulder pads, carry a bat, or any of that stuff, but he's still a Gamecock legend. JP Hovey. He is the producer of Bussin with the Boys. He helped Steven and I a lot get this podcast going, get this thing started, helped us a bunch. But he is a Gamecock fanatic, went to Carolina, and really has helped grow Bussin with the Boys and kind of shared his stories with the guys, with Taylor and Will. He also talked about how he's always representing the Gamecocks. He actually drugged Taylor and Will down here 2 years ago for a game, which was pretty epic. I think it was the game where we beat – it was 2 or 3 years ago when we beat Texas A&M at home. And those guys said this was top 3 stadiums they've ever been in. So congrats, Willie B, for keeping it real. But you guys are going to really enjoy this episode. It was extremely entertaining, a lot of insightful stories. So enjoy this episode with JP Hovey. What is it, Dakota? Damn it, it's freaking Hovey. I kept screwing that up.
Home Team Barbecue is fired up to take care of your tailgate and watch party needs this season. Home Team is known for its smoked meats, creative daily specials, and twists on Southern classic. Smoked wings, ribs, pulled pork sliders, barbecue nachos, or classic sides like mac and cheese and collard greens are the perfect feast to fuel your game day. Round up your friends and give Home Team Catering a shout at catering@hometeambarbecue.com or head to 5 Points for a frozen game changer cocktail and barbecue snacks to celebrate the next Gamecocks big win. Visit hometeambarbecue.com to check out the menu. Looking for the perfect spot to unwind? Steelhand Brewing in Casey has you covered. Whether you're craving a refreshing craft beer or just a great time with friends and family, Steelhands has it all. With a variety of craft beers, spacious outdoor beer gardens, and a delicious food menu, there's something for everyone. Plus, join them for free live music every Thursday through Sunday. Visit steelhandsbrewing.com to see their lineup of upcoming events or host your own. Handforce and Casey and voted best local brewery again this year. Go visit steelhandsbrewing.com.
All right, you carnivores, we got a new sponsor, JCQ Farms, located off 177 Saluda Bluff Road in Batesburg, South Carolina. Huge Gamecock family, folks. So they have grass-fed beef, pasture-raised pork, and they have absolutely no antibiotics, no hormones, and all of the animals are treated humanely. They also practice regenerative farming. Right now, their top sellers are tomahawk ribeyes, cowboy ribeyes, fillets, bacon, and this primal ground beef mixture. It's heart, liver, and beef mix. If you're going to get any sort of meat, get it from here, folks.
All right, Tailgaters, we got a special guest here. We're
Cheers.
having a couple of beers while we're doing it. Without further ado, JP from Bussin with the Boys, man. I mean, go ahead. The floor is yours. I mean, go ahead, say something.
Hey, it's an honor to be on with you guys. You know, since the inception of the pod, Steven, you and I texted as you and Pat were getting it going. I love the idea. Gamecock through and through. Y'all two are a part of my favorite teams. Really Truly just well, I was telling my friends about it. Hey, y'all will not believe what I'm doing tonight. All my South Carolina friends, they're like, what's going on? I said, I'm hopping on with Steven and Pat. And they were like, Garcia and DeMarco? I was like, yes. And I was like, they're like, dude, no shot. You got to call us right after. So I'm fired up.
I mean, we're fired up to have you, dude. I mean, again, you've been extremely helpful with kind of organizing this whole thing, and been a hell of a shoulder to lean on. I mean, even to this day, going through like with your whole transition from the barstool thing to kind of going on your own. You've always been responsive to me, and for that, man, cheers, dude.
I
Cheers.
need to get me a drink.
Go
Yeah,
ahead, man.
I need a
Shit.
beer.
Go ahead.
Hang
I
on.
mean,
Yeah. I'll be right back.
Grab a Steel Hands. I mean, Tropicalia from Steel Hands, tough to beat.
Subtle little plug in there, Pat. I
Plug.
love it.
How about the koozies?
Man,
There's only like 4 of them left.
I don't think I have one.
No, you need one. And the QR code works. Well done, Steve. Well
And the QR.
done.
Oh, there he is. He's back.
I'm back. And honestly, not a beer, but this is a little y'all heard of Can?
What? No.
CANN. It's like a THC drink.
Ah, nice.
But yeah.
What milligram?
Oh, it's 10.
Oh yeah. Night.
I know. By the end of the podcast, I'll be
Melting. But yeah, man, just kind of tell us like the whole story, man. Like how'd you get involved in the podcast world and all that jazz? Like did you do it right after South Carolina? What was your major? Like what I
yeah.
kind of want to know the backstory of the whole thing.
Dude, so I only applied to South Carolina, and so I'm from Greenville, South Carolina. So everybody's going to Clemson. Never liked Clemson, never liked the attitude about it. When I was, I think 9 or 10 years old, I went to a South Carolina Clemson game with my dad, and my parents are from New York. But after the game, South Carolina, I believe we lost. And then as we're walking out, this guy comes up to me and is like, like, fuck you, like South Carolina sucks. And my dad is ready to rage. And he's like, you basically right then and there is when my fandom for South Carolina was solidified. So, but I only applied to South Carolina. I was a broadcast journalism major with Dakota, the producer of this show right here.
Oh yeah.
And they really only taught us how to do local news type stuff, which not really, they're telling you in class, hey, this industry's dying. You're not going to make a lot of money, yada, yada, yada. I'm like, well, great. Sounds like I made an awesome decision choosing this major. And at the time, Justin King had just got hired back. So he was starting to do all of the creative videos. I'm like, man, I need to get involved in this. But I was already a senior. I reached out to him. He's like, man, we're only taking underclassmen. Sorry. So I actually reached out to Corey Boyd because he was living in Columbia and he was running a little youth football program. So I was like, hey, man, I'm trying to get into this videography. Do you mind if I come out and do some workout videos for you? And do y'all know Corey?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, played with him.
So he's awesome.
2 years or 1 year.
Oh, you did play with him?
Yeah. He's
dude,
the OG. Like he was.
Yeah.
taught us a lot of shit.
He's a man.
Dude, he is the best. And even just as a player, you saw you pretty much had an idea of the kind of person he was by watching him play. And so I go meet him. He's awesome. He's getting me plugged in, involved in everything he's doing. And then I decide, I'm like, man, I think I want to try to make a documentary because he's telling me he was Kenny McKinley's roommate.
Yeah.
The story with his family and his mom. Like he just comes from a background that is unreal.
From Jersey, right?
Yeah, from Jersey.
Yeah.
From like Orange City or Orange County, New Jersey.
Yep.
But dude, just from the gutter. And then all he's trying to do is make impact on these kids. And so I tried to make this documentary at the end of my senior year because I'm like, man, this is about to pop off. ESPN is about to come asking me like, hey, join the 30 for 30 squad. And so I'm working on this video and I finished doing all my interviews and I come back and like the audio is trash on half of it. I'm like, no, this is terrible. Like I'm never going to get a job. And ended up moving to Dallas to do this internship with the NTPGA, like media marketing after I graduated. Documentary dropped, didn't have the views naturally. But it was kind of my first taste of getting in there and doing some long form storytelling. And then all the attention spans start getting shorter and shorter. So I need to learn
Yeah.
how to do social media type videos. And then from Dallas, I went to IMG Academy, which is actually around the time that I started seeing Steven because he was throwing for Matt Jones, old Florida
Yeah.
Oh,
running
yeah.
back.
Yeah.
And so that was a cool full circle moment because I don't even think I knew you were going to be there. I was just meeting up with Matt.
Yeah.
And then he like, yeah, I saw you, and obviously I knew who you were. I'm like, oh snap, how am I supposed to? What do I say to this guy? I know who he is, but I can't be fanboying.
Dude,
But
we actually threw with Matt. He's training running backs out of Armwood High School. Pat, I know you know
Yeah.
Armwood, so he's training running backs, man. He's running camps with me and stuff. I mean, Matt's still he looks like he can still play. By the way,
I
Yeah. He's
know,
a
man, I
freak
can't
show.
believe he didn't get a second shot.
yeah, yeah. So
But
anyway, so you start doing that, and then like
yeah,
and then what?
start doing that, and that's kind of when the podcast web started to get woven, I guess, because
What year was that?
that would have been when I was working with Matt was 2020.
Okay.
So at IMG, I kind of like football and basketball are pretty saturated. So I started doing a lot of tennis stuff because I'm trying to make
Yep.
some side money.
Oh, they had so
Obviously,
many
tennis.
like tennis and golf. Like they were country club sports, like incredible too, aren't
Yeah.
they?
Oh
Yeah.
man, they're awesome. The guys that train there to this day, the kids that grow up going to that school, but also at IMG, dude, it's if you don't have a scholarship, it's 80 grand a year to go there.
It's unreal.
And you could be on a trash team, and I'm like, dude, this is sickening money.
Yeah.
Well, and they have like an
But
18B team, don't they? Don't they have like if you're like not on the travel team, but you're still paying all that money to be out there?
There's national, local, A, B. I mean, it's unbelievable. Some of these kids like, yeah, I'm looking to transfer to IMG. Good luck, pal.
man, dude, they're going to transfer just to literally get a meal plan and some better cafeteria food, and that's all they're getting out of it. I'm like,
And the
oh,
IMG swag.
right, yeah, you get to walk around in some Under Armour.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I started getting into tennis because I saw some opportunity there. And then when I left IMG, that's when I started my own videography thing, and I met Steven and Matt. Then I moved over to Boca Raton, Florida, where I was gonna keep pursuing the tennis stuff, but I kept getting a ton of no's, and I was like, I need to pivot. I'm kind of running out of money, so I started working with a lot of MMA fighters because MMA is massive down in South Florida.
Oh yeah.
Was kind of running into the same issues. I'm showing up to the gyms. I always tell the story, but I pulled up to American Top Team where Dustin Poirier and all these guys train. And I like knock on the door, and the dude legit just like cracks it open, and he's like, "What do you need?" I was like, I want to come give some videos for some of your younger guys or UFC guys, whatever y'all want. I want to help out." He's like, "Let me go talk to the manager." And he's leaves for like 5 seconds. He comes back. He's like, "We're not interested." Shuts the door. I'm like,
It's the doorman.
damn, bro. Yeah,
Jeez.
literally. And so the competitiveness is me like, man, screw this guy. And so I go look up who is American Top Team's rival, and I go over to what's now Killcliff FC,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
where Michael Chandler trains, who is from Nashville, knows Will and Taylor, similar to how Matt Jones played with Will in Washington.
Yeah.
And start getting in at that gym, start making some content for some MMA guys, work with Stephen Wonderboy Thompson from Greenville. And then he's the one that kind of helped me get my name out there to the MMA world, which sort of boosted my resume up. Started working with USA Boxing. And then one of my friends sent me Will's Instagram story when he was looking for a videographer. It's like a classic. Will's just talking on his phone like, "Hey, we're trying to scale the business. If you think you could be one of the boys and you're good at video, swipe up and apply." And so I'm thinking, man, I'll apply, but I don't know much about the podcast game. My resume definitely doesn't look like a lot of these other people's. And I was interviewing for a job with the UFC at the exact same time. So I'm kind of thinking I'll get the UFC job, probably won't get Bussin' with the Boys. And my girl, who I'm now married to, she was in Nashville. So I'm going through the interview process, make it to the final round of both. And I'm able to drop the names of Matt, of Michael Chandler to Will, like, oh yeah, we have some mutual friends, which is cool because I'm meeting these guys way before I even know what Bussin' with the Boys is. which
Right.
is just kind of a cool like life thing. But make it to the final round, end up not getting UFC and getting Bussin with the boys. Me and Will get super close in the beginning, and so I'm like, hey man, I got to be honest. I was interviewing for a job with the UFC at the same time, and I made it to the final round, and he was like, dude, I got to be honest with you. You and that other kid were in the final round of both of those interviews, and both of us wanted him. So we were waiting on
Oh
the
shit.
second option. And then, but here we are. And the UFC calls like 2 months later, is like, hey, we have another position. We made a mistake. We'd like to have you back on. I was like, I mean, I got to stay with my guys.
Yeah. At that point, you're kind of locked in then, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
So you've been with them for how long? Since 2020?
Mm-hmm. 2021,
And
May
they were,
2021.
I mean, I don't know much about podcasts at all. The only podcast shit that I really was aware of was the Spurs Up show.
Yeah.
I'm sure, I'm sure you know that.
Hey,
Uh,
Chris gets
I,
dragged right now.
uh, he's getting absolutely torched. He gets absolutely crushed on social media. Um, but yeah, so I did something with him, and I told him, I was like, look, man, every Monday, like, you want me to come on here for an hour and a half, 2 hours? Like, I'm not doing this shit for free. So we ended up coming to a little agreement, and I was like, holy shit, there's some legit money in this thing. And ever since then, I was like, thinking about starting my own kind of deal around basically what me and Pat are doing. And when Pat reached out, I was like, dude, this is a no-brainer. You're the structured guy, I'm the chaos guy. Like, let's do this.
No,
And
no
that's kind of where
brainer.
it's born. So yeah.
I
But
wish
I
I
guess I
still,
say all that to kind of go ahead.
I wish I knew what room we were in each quad. Um, we could have we could have titled the show after the East Quad room, that the
Oh,
controlled chaos in there.
yeah. I'm glad we forgot about that room. That room has some major skeletons going on in there.
No
Were
doubt.
y'all random roommates or y'all picked each other?
We were random.
Dickhead chose me. He got there a semester before me.
No, I thought it was
No,
no, that was random.
it was Sperm Face.
Ooh.
Yeah, the old Spironis.
Dude, Spironis was at IMG when I was there.
I was going to
Yeah.
ask that. Was Seth Strickland down there too?
Seth Strickland was not there yet, but Spironis was there, and Spironis, obviously no bad blood with him now, but my guy was a dickhead to me at IMG.
He's tough. He is.
He's a dickhead in general, man. That's just kind of what he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no way to say it. That's just what he is.
Beauty of him is he was the same to everybody besides Coach Spurrier. He'd kiss Coach Spurrier's ass,
Yeah.
but he was a dickhead to everybody
Yeah.
else. Now a word from our sponsor, Tony Pope at State Farm. Switching is easy. We do it all the time. We switch on the lights, we switch the TV channels, and some of us switch partners while square dancing. Well, that's a stretch. But what's not a stretch is how you can switch and save with State Farm. In fact, State Farm agent Tony Pope, right here in South Carolina, can switch you over so you can start saving today. Tony and his team are ready to welcome you to the State Farm neighborhood. With Tony Pope, it's easy to switch and save. Just give him a call at 843-851-2222 or visit tonypope.com. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. We are proud to be sponsored by our buddies David Marshall and Shane Burrows and their law firm Lanier & Burrows. These guys are Gamecocks from undergrad through law school, and they bleed garnet and black. They practice all across South Carolina, helping people and families who have been injured or killed in car accidents, trucking accidents, work accidents, medical malpractice, nursing home negligence, basically any type of incident. Unfortunately, though, for Stephen, they don't really handle all that criminal stuff. If you or someone you know was injured, let Shane and David investigate it at no cost to you. They will get you answers and will let you know if they can help. They only get paid if they get you a recovery. Give Lanier & Burrows Law Firm a call at 803-268-9800. Gamecock fans, if you want to look your best, go swing by Granger Owings on Main Street or in the Trenton Plaza. Granger Owings strives to deliver the best-in-class customer service paired with the finest fashion. Their stylists truly cater to each customer, starting with a personalized consultation every time, and help each individual build a wardrobe based on their lifestyle needs, occasions, and preferences. At Granger Owings, you will find the latest from classic, up-and-coming, designer brands of clothing and shoes for men and women, from business attire to custom clothing to sportswear, weekend wear, and formal wear. They dress their customers for every occasion.
But yeah, no, I was trying to get to that point. Like, was Bussin' and the Boys as nationally, I don't know, nationally ranked as a podcast back when you started with them, or
Yeah, when I started, I think we were at, like, 85,000 followers on
oh
Instagram,
shit.
and then now I think we're at, like, 560 or 570. So, it was trending in the right direction. They had signed with Barstool probably maybe, like, 6 or, like, 8 months before, but they got some very early success with their first, like, 10 interviews where they had Jalen Ramsey, Mike Vrabel, all these guys are saying viral things.
Mhm.
And so their trajectory just kind of shot up. But when I got there, they were able to scale out, add more behind the scenes shows, add a gambling show, all of those types of things.
Right. Right. What's been the biggest like holy shit kind of moment so far with the Bussin' with the Boys?
You already know, man. Donald Trump.
Oh shit! Yeah.
That was that
The-
was unbelievable.
It was when we first, because Taylor and Dana White, they have a relationship from UFC, all their gambling that they do together. And so Dana kind of set it up. But when we got the call to go up there, we had just interviewed RFK, I think, like 2 months before or a month before, which was right after Trump's assassination attempt. So RFK
Yeah.
just got Secret Service. So they come rolling in deep. And dude, Secret Service is hilarious because I don't know about y'all, but in your head, you just think of these guys that are always locked in and super serious. And they come walking in. And of course, in every group of people, there's a Nebraska fan somehow.
Oh gosh.
And so we're all just like standing in a circle talking. And one of the Secret Service guys just like, go Big Red.
And Will
Will,
got all fired up.
dude, Will he's like, dude, we got to get a photo. And so the first photo is not even with RFK. It's just with the Secret Service guy. Oh, but it was crazy. They had a sniper on the building across from us. They had to do all the background checks and everything.
Wow.
And RFK, he was a chiller. Like the stories that he shared, it was a very non-political podcast, and he's just chopping it up. But we go to Chicago for Trump, and it's next level. You pull up. It was at the hotel. There's a security thing right before, so they got to sweep your car. We had to drop our equipment off like 8 hours before, and they swept every little button and everything. They rolled in a bulletproof glass thing to go over the window, which, by the way, we're in the back. We were not covered by that. So we need to tighten up the security. But we're waiting around kind of like all day because he's doing a million other things. He finally comes in around 8 o'clock and he just like steps in the door and immediately puts his hands up and he's like, "What a handsome room." We're like, "Hey, this is the most handsome room I've been in all day." And man, it was peak. Like he was exactly, I guess, kind of how you'd expect him to be. He talked in a lot of circles, but was very charismatic. And it was cool because he was very nice and respectful to all of the behind the scenes crew, which you're the president of the United States. Like you don't even have to look at us. And
That's
he's like chopping it up
that's
with
a
us.
badass moment.
Yeah, I mean, any president, and to have that type of interaction with him, I'm like, man. So
I mean,
that was definitely the craziest moment so far.
I remember seeing some of the comments and some of the people that were talking shit, and I'm just like, what do you expect these guys to do? Like, they
Exactly.
have the president of the United States. Like, Pat, I think if Trump wanted to get on our show, we would probably allow it, right?
Any of them.
It's unbelievable that people would get all butthurt about that, but that's that's the world we live in.
You're reaching an audience that you generally wouldn't reach on y'all show at all. I mean, and think
Right.
the demographic, the voters. I mean, it was genius. Like
Yeah.
he doesn't make
And
many
dude,
mistakes.
the best part about it was the Washington Post. They reached out. Y'all might have seen this on the internet, but they reached out to Will for
I did see
comment,
that.
and then Will's comment. He made that video. He's like to the Washington Post. It was like 30-second long talking. He's like, and here's
And
my
then he
comment,
farted.
and then
Yeah,
just farts into the mic.
Is
I
he like
love
that
that.
all the time?
Oh yeah,
Like
it is. I mean, on camera, off camera, especially the farting part. That's the most consistent part of him.
all the protein intake.
Jesus.
He's trying to keep his bench
Yeah.
up. I see him working out, trying to keep up with Taylor on the bench.
Man, how much do y'all think you could hit of 135 right now?
Ooh, I did 225 for 19 like 2 weeks ago. I could probably do 40, 50.
That's said Taylor, I think he got 53 when we did it at the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Holy shit.
Hey, but Pat low key just flexing on us real quick.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I'm not even going to respond
I'm
to
a
that. I don't do
fullback.
that
What,
shit
am, what am I
anymore.
supposed to do? Like,
He's like,
there's
oh
no
yeah, I got your
glory in
combine
like
numbers.
I have like 3 catches on my career, 4 carries. I better lift weights.
Dude, I love it. To
So go ahead.
to your point about how crazy people are, when we took or I was in like the background of a photo of RFK and Tulsi Gabbard at a UFC fight, and I post it because it's a funny photo bomb, and I'm still in focus in the photo. So, I'm like putting the caption out like, man, that's messed up that RFK and Tulsi didn't tag me. Like, congrats on everything going on, but like don't play this game with me. And so then I start getting these DMs that are like, yo, what's your problem? Why would you be out here supporting this guy who rapes women and all these crazy things?
Oh, Jesus.
I'm like, oh man, my fault. I didn't realize it's a crime to be in the background of a photo. They're like, you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is where the seat was.
Yep.
It is insane, man.
You got the Carolina Block C on there. Are you the only one in the Bussin with the Boys area that's the only one? You catch a lot of shit or no?
The only one, and I was initially, but then we went to South Carolina. And actually the first time we went was when we met you.
Yeah.
Does Taylor still owe you money?
No, he paid up right then and there.
Okay. Good deal.
Yeah.
But they met Beamer and they both like loved Beamer. Beamer consistently ranks for them in that like top 3 of their favorite coaches that they get to, obviously excluding Matt Rule for Will. He's got Dan Lanning, Coach Beamer. And so they're all about it. We always ask them, hey, based off the spring tour, which coach would you commit to if you were still playing? And Beamer is like always in
No
those
shit.
first 2 coaches, which is awesome. So they're definitely getting on board with South Carolina, which is cool because when you live in the bubble of it, you kind of forget what other people think of South Carolina, and it's not that much.
Right.
And then now they're kind of give it some shine, give it some spotlight. You're like, okay, we're making a small difference in the internet world of the Gamecocks.
I mean, there's no doubt about it. Just it's hard when you got the upstate school that's kind of playing against a bunch of morons and just blowing teams out and then getting to the playoffs and then getting shelled too. So it's hard, but yeah, Beamer's unbelievable. He's been great with us and kind of giving us kind of access to everything. And he's got a pretty good little ship running right now.
Dude, I see Alshon, I think he's starting a podcast in the next month or so. So y'all
I'll be
definitely
damned.
I know.
We've only tried to get that mother on for like a month or 2.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, I'm sure he'll come on. He was awesome when he came a couple months ago. So much more soft spoken than I thought he would be.
Oh no, he was always he could bear yeah, he didn't talk very loud at all. He kind of let the game talk for him.
Dude, who are some of the guys that would is there any 2 guys that would always go at it in a fun, healthy way at practice while y'all were there?
Fun, healthy way. I mean, Pat's internet's all up right now, but I mean, as far as the fun, healthy way, I feel like it was like that all the time. It was
Yeah.
always competitive. Guys were always kind of talking shit. I think when me and Pat were freshmen, I would say that probably Justin Sorensen and a couple of defensive linemen, there was not so lovey-dovey. It was like throwing fists.
Yeah.
Like the Lindsay twins would throw some haymakers at guys. I mean, it was a brawl type deal. But as we kind of succeeded and got better as a team, I think Coach Spurrier kind of put it into all the all the rough stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, you look back and some of the teams we had were just shit. Some ballers,
Man.
absolute ballers.
Did you see the story that I think I don't know if it was on Manziel's podcast or maybe it could have even been y'all, but DJ Swearinger and Marcus Lattimore colliding on their first practice against each other, and DJ got Marcus, and then Marcus is like, "Hey, run it back," and then he sticks him, and the coaches are like, "Hey, no more. We
I
can't have y'all go."
I mean that sounds about right. I mean there was several instances of that. But yeah, so I guess the next question we're talking about Carolina football and everything else. Do you how often do you remind Taylor about the hit with Clowney?
Man, when we came to
Oh
Columbia,
gosh.
he couldn't believe how many posters there was of it.
I remember him saying that when we were doing the tour. He's like, dude, is that all you guys is that your entire history? Is just Clowney beat my ass?
Hey, and he loves to say that it wasn't him, that the tight end misunderstood the play call, and that Taylor was supposed to come in like he did, and the tight end never came by to put some hands on Clowney. I'm like, man,
Oh,
I don't know if I'm buying that, because why would you ever put a tight end on Clowney?
yeah. That's
Yeah,
questionable.
I don't think Taylor wanted to go. I don't think Taylor wanted the out call there. I think he wanted
I'm
the
telling you.
down call.
But it is hilarious because now all of the fans are very aware of it whenever college football comes up, or even in the streams that we do. There's always a guaranteed 3 or 4 Gamecock fans in there that are like, "Ask Taylor about Clowney."
And they're chirping.
Yeah.
I
But
love it. I love it. Yeah, that's got I mean, at the end of the day, he ended up having a pretty successful career on the field and pretty successful podcast. So
I know. And they ended up
it all
playing
worked out.
together in Tennessee
Oh shit. Really?
for a year. And they said Clowney, like, obviously we all know that he's extremely athletic, all the gifts in the world, but maybe not, he could have put more work in off the field. But they were like, the fact that he was still able to be 10 plus sack guy is just incredible.
Oh,
But
dude, his on-off switch was unreal.
Oh
Like
yeah.
if he played with it on half the time, oh my gosh.
dude,
Thank God he didn't, because he would have hurt me.
yeah, we played him in high school. I was a freshman, and we played South Point in the playoffs. Our high school football team was Cheeks. And before the game, Clowney did like 3 TV interviews, didn't warm up, had like 6 or 7 sacks in the first quarter and a half, and then sat out the rest of the game.
I did my job.
Jesus. Yeah, that guy, he was an absolute specimen. I remember I don't want to throw any names out there, but our left tackle, his like first practice, our left tackle was, we're doing 11 on 11 and I'm taking a drop, a little 3-step drop. My second drop, I'm getting freaking hit in the back. And Coach Fair's like, all right, Clowney, you're done practicing for the day. You're done. We can't even get the ball off.
Dude.
I mean,
Yeah, it,
they say it's the same shit right now with Dylan Stewart.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
I mean, they say that he will wreck like second period. They're like, all right, he can't play anymore. Like he can't do anything.
Well, y'all saw the mannequin video?
Yeah, that was funny as shit.
Yeah.
Hey, Dylan Stewart, the only one.
I mean, just stiff arms him
Stiff
and
armed him.
then shows him down.
Man,
That
being
was
around
unbelievable.
him in person is absurd, because you see his height and weight on the stat sheet or whatever it is. And we saw him at Super Bowl week, and me, Will, and Taylor, we all look at him. I was like, "Hey, y'all, that's Dylan Stewart." And they
Yeah.
walk up to him,
That's
they're like,
a future first overall pick
"Man,
in the draft in 2 years.
how tall he is crazy. I did not know he was as big as he
And
is."
he's like 250, 255 already and is still a freshman. I was at Carolina's pro day, a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, and was talking to like 2 different GMs just there kind of hanging out. And I was like, if you had a chance to draft this guy right in front of you, would you? And they're like, I mean, it was Dylan Stewart dressed in street clothes, and they're like, who is this guy? I was like, he's number 6, and he's like, oh yeah, he's already on our radar, and we can't draft him for 2 years.
That is nuts,
Jesus.
man. And the team this past year, just the amount of guys that will probably be on a roster, like,
It's crazy.
crazy.
Yeah, I mean, they were saying apparently it's supposed to break the record for South Carolina draftees, right?
I think 10 or 11 or something.
Yeah, and a team that was supposed to win 4 games.
Man, South Carolina made, I think, a lot of us a lot of money in the gambling streets.
Yep.
We hit every
That's
single
for
spread
damn
except
sure.
one.
I'm not much of a spread guy these days, man. I'm more of a tease it down or tease it up and parlay the shit out of it.
Dude, see, I was, but then the parlays, they always get you,
Oh
and
yeah.
I gotta stay off of it. But I think we're gonna be in the same situation this year with South Carolina because they put our over under at like 7.5 wins, maybe.
Ooh.
So already got early on that.
You took the over or the under?
Come on, man. You know me. I'm the most optimistic fan of all time. We're going undefeated. We're going to the playoff.
I love
Playoff
it.
or bust.
I love it. Well, shit.
I'll be at the
Go ahead.
I'll be at the spring practice on Saturday. We have an alumni event there, so I will tell Coach Beamer you said what's up.
Dude, 100%. Beamer is the freaking man. He goes back and forth on social media.
Yeah, he gets after it.
I love it. I love that he does that. Sometimes, hey, who do we have the other with Whit Merrifield? It's like sometimes you gotta respond to these dickheads.
Yeah.
I'm telling
Sometimes you just gotta let it ride.
Sometimes you gotta let a mother know.
Yep. Tell you what, folks, download the Underdog app. It's legal in South Carolina. Use the code Tailgate547, and they'll give you a up to $1,000 bonus cash and a free pick'em. So, I mean, what the hell's the matter? Go ahead and lock it in.
Listen up, Gamecock Nation. Meet your new favorite streamer, Deputy Smitty. A former police officer and diehard South Carolina Gamecock fan, Deputy Smitty brings action-packed content to life every night on Twitch starting at 9:30 p.m. Connect with him on social media by searching Deputy Smitty and join his growing community on Discord at discord.gg/Deputy Smitty. So grab a drink and catch the thrills, laughs, and plenty of Gamecock pride in every stream.
What's up, Gamecock fans? When you're getting ready to cheer on the Garnet and Black, get fired up with White Hot Cinnamon Whiskey out of Hollow Creek Distillery. With only 3 all-natural ingredients and 1/3 less sugar than other similar brands, is sure to be a touchdown at your next tailgate. Ask for White Hot Cinnamon Whiskey at your favorite spirits provider, and be sure to visit their award-winning Hollow Creek Distillery over in Leesville, South Carolina. Go Gamecocks.
Anyways, JP, we're gonna pivot a little bit. Give us like a day-to-day through the Bussin' with the Boys. I mean, it's obviously a huge podcast at this point. Give us a day-to-day. Like what does it look like?
Yeah, this coming up, what's on our docket is a great example of how chaotic it can be. So on Monday, we will Friday we'll record with a guest, and that'll happen like maybe Friday afternoon or whatever. That episode will go out Tuesday. So record that Friday, show up Monday, record our intro, and just recapping anything that went on, NFL headlines, college headlines over the weekend. And then Tuesday, we're headed to Oregon for our spring tour. So as far as my role goes, I'm vlogging everything. So we'll leave Tuesday. I'll start filming from the minute we're at the airport. We'll get to Oregon. We'll probably we're interviewing with Marcus Mariota and Dan Lanning, and then we'll also we'll interact with their team at practice. Like Will and Taylor, I think, are going to do some quarterback challenges with whoever. Will might run with the linebackers a little bit. And so I'm documenting the whole thing. That's Tuesday, Wednesday. Fly back Thursday from Oregon, probably get back a little later. And I'll immediately go ahead and start editing that content to put it out on the following Monday night or Tuesday. Because the next Monday, the episodes that will go out, we will have edited Dan Lanning or Mariota. Then we're headed to Michigan to basically do the same thing. So I'll film all of that, edit Friday, Monday, put it out Tuesday. And then the following after that, we're going to the NFL draft on Wednesday in Green Bay. And then Saturday, we'll fly to Nebraska. So both of those will be their own separate pieces of content, which I'll edit and have out by the next week. So that's
Holy
like kind
shit.
of it is. The busy seasons are busy, man. And a lot of people don't really see that side of it.
Who the hell are you telling, man? I mean, Pat and I can both attest. This is a hell of a lot more work than we anticipated. Luckily,
It is.
I don't want to kiss Dakota's ass too much, but his team has done a lot. Which kind of brings it to my next point. You talked about editing. Have you had to edit anything just absolutely absurd that you just couldn't afford to like get out?
Yeah, I mean, A fun one that we couldn't have, and this is more on like the PG. This probably
Yeah,
isn't
yeah.
even just PG, but it was before Trump's interview. We're talking about all these farts before. We're all dumb, man. I know, like, Will and Taylor, they both have kids, but we're very immature, and we're like, "Hey, Will, I bet you won't fart in Donald Trump's seat." And so Will goes over there, we're videoing it, and then we're like, "Hey, we probably shouldn't put that out there just because if they see it, they'll be like, hey, what are y'all doing?" Trump shows up with pink eye. It's like, we'll say, "Will."
Oh my God, that's unbelievable.
So we took that out, and then, man, honestly, so much of the stuff flies, which is what makes a lot of the content. Like the fact that we don't have to edit it, it truly allows the viewers to feel like they're on the entire trip with us. Because you can tell when these highly produced shows go down, it's like it's cool, but you don't feel as immersed in it. So
Mhm.
Will and Taylor, they're super open books with it all, which is makes my job easier.
And I feel like that's, again, you already answered it. Like that's what the people want to see. I wish we didn't have to edit, Pat. I wish we didn't have to edit Melvin's episode that much.
Oh God, it was. I think he said the F bomb like 3,000 times in a 45-minute episode.
I don't know.
It
I don't know
was.
if he said. I don't know if he said a word without cussing. It was fantastic.
What are the odds y'all could get on a song
Ooh,
with Melvin?
0% chance. I mean, Steve probably could. I'm too white. I'm way too white.
Trust me, I hit up Melvin every single time he posted it. I was like, dude, I'll come out there and rip one with you real quick.
Was he freestyling when he was playing
Steve
that?
used to freestyle in college.
I would rip a freestyle every now and then.
Hey, Pat, do you have any videos on your phone? Just some old ones?
All that shit's been burnt, JP. Sorry.
Yeah,
Uh,
I was about to say. I hope to God he does not. We do not need. I'm married with 3 kids. I don't know.
Yeah,
Those things need to be hidden forever.
those days are behind us.
Man, the easiest
Yeah.
words to rhyme are the ones that you just can't say.
Yeah.
Yeah, props to Eminem.
Yeah.
I know what you were going with that. Oh man, that's unbelievable. Who would you say is not necessarily a bigger pain in the ass? I don't even know if you could answer that without getting possibly fired or
I
fined.
know.
But like, who's a bigger diva?
Man, so both in their own right. I will say Taylor, he can be a little bit more stressful because he's an ideas guy. He hears one thing and all of a sudden you feel like you're signed up to make a movie in 24 hours. Hey, we could do this. Today he was talking about something for Labor Day. We're like, "Are y'all in?" I'm like, "Bro, you're not even in." And so he'll kind of stress you out that way. Will, he's a homebody. That man, we have an opportunity coming up to get like all expenses this trip to France for an unnamed event right now. Get flown over, not commercially, and Will is like on the fence.
Oh wow.
Mind you, his wife can also come.
I'll take that if he doesn't go.
That's why I told the salespeople, I was like, "Man, it's crazy because I actually do an amazing Will Compton impression."
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, shit. Let's see it.
no, I mean, I can't actually do it, but
Oh, I was about to say.
this is my Will Compton impression when Will's trying to listen to anything important you have to say. Man, the mouth breather.
Oh no, he's mouth breathing and farting at the same time.
I'm telling you, man.
That's a rough
Stand too
combination
close.
there. Pat, did you ever play against either one of those guys?
Yeah, played against both. Will was in Washington when I was in Atlanta, and then he was playing special teams in Tennessee when I was in Buffalo. For when was Will's last year? 19.
It's debatable. Some say 2023, some say 2021.
21. Okay, yeah, he can't. I mean, no, it was was your typical white linebacker, right? Like
Yeah.
hustle guy, real smart,
High
had his
motor.
limitations, high motor,
Think he
knew the
had motor.
defense like the back of his hand. But he was a physical downhill player. I think he caught me on. We ran a counter scheme, and he was actually the backside backer and flowed over the top of the play side backer and showed up in the hole. And I was like key and safety, and he clocked me on the side of the head, knocked the shit out of me.
Dang.
But Will was a good player. very savvy, talk shit, which I loved. He didn't have the nice, pretty teeth that he has now when he was playing, so he'd smile and you'd look at him like,
Dude, I get people sending me shit all the time of like before and after clips. And it's just like, dude, why are you heckling this poor guy? Like,
I
give
know, man.
it up.
It is.
Dude's got a fantastic smile now.
Mhm.
Yeah, and but he has one of his front teeth veneers is chipped now.
Oh no.
And so to the laziness point, I'm like, bro, like you just need to go get it fixed. Like, I know, but I don't know if I have time. I'm like, you're on Twitter for 4 hours. Like you have time.
How many? I mean, that brings it up. How many episodes a week do y'all film? Are you guys filming every day or?
It all depends on the time of year. So we try to just keep it at only filming one per week because we just do so much behind the scenes content where the things get out and then the fans, they get upset with you. So like when we go to the Super Bowl, if we film 6 to 8 episodes at the Super Bowl, by the time you release that 5th one, people are like, oh, another Super Bowl episode. Even if it's like Marshall Falk, you're like, dude,
Yeah,
this
you kidding me?
is a sick interview. Just be happy about it. But for whatever reason, people, they hate to know that you're kind of like skipping the work.
Yeah, I
Who's,
mean, go ahead,
when you
Bob.
guys when you guys go through the questions, I mean, we're like mini like picking your brain, interviewing you during this, but like when you do you help with the questions? Is Taylor, Will, like who's the big question? You said Taylor's the idea guy. Who kind of run points on that?
Yeah, I would say it definitely depends on the guest because some of them are way more interested than the other.
Mhm.
Like
Yep.
Taylor loves, say if Travis Pastrana came on the podcast, Taylor's obsessed
Yeah.
with Travis Pastrana.
Yeah.
So he would kind of lead that one. But we have a guy, Sherm, he creates some pre-production notes and
Yep.
then the team will chime in because the biggest thing is just making sure we don't miss the obvious things. So it's like
Mhm.
with Alshon, a perfect example, making sure like we missed asking him about his viral Super Bowl interview.
Yep.
And it's like, man, you just you
With the
can't have
shades
that.
on.
What's that?
With the shades on.
Yeah, exactly.
That was a great interview.
So yeah, it's just kind of like getting in the headspace of all right, like what's the internet gonna take and run with? What's something that we know that a lot of people don't know, and when it does hit, everybody will start talking about it. Luke Kuechly, it's like you got to talk about the back-to-back interceptions against the Cowboys. You got to talk about Julio Moss and him, and you have to talk about him leading NCAA in tackles in 3 years or breaking the record. So it's just a combination of everybody, like keeping an eye on social media and the pulse of the internet.
I mean,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
I mean, going back to Luke, Luke was an absolute freak. He was a guy that we said we had to get 4 hands on every single player. He was going to make the tackle.
Did you ever have any run-ins with him?
Stupid. Yeah, actually, I mean, I actually got the best of Luke. I mean, Luke was is a high motor white guy that I could actually match up well against because I was a stubborn white guy too. I caught him on. We ran like a force play left, stretch left, and my job is alley, but it always peek inside if a backer scrapes, and he scraped, and he didn't see me, and I waylaid him. I mean, feet to back. He came up to me after the game and like grabbed me and was like, "You, I'm never gonna hear the end of this. Like, I can't. Like, I don't want to watch the shit on tape."
Find the tape and clip it.
I actually had a buddy that sent it to me, but that was a good one. And then we had, I caught him. They ran a bunch of double A package stuff, and I was third down protection back, and they tried to run like a backer twist. And I took him and I like buried him over the backside guard, and then I got up and I mean, they were good as shit, and we were out of the playoffs, but I like took the back of his helmet and I started shoving it in the ground, and he got up and started swinging at me. And then a couple other guys started swinging at me. It was a good one. I had some battles with Luke. Luke, TD, Kurt, Greg Hardy. I mean, those defenses at Carolina were unreal. That's some really good competition with those guys.
Hey, Pat said, if you're a Hall of Famer, I'm coming for your head.
Yeah, I love it.
I couldn't run with many backers, but Luke was just always by the ball. So fullback's always in front of the ball. So we had run-ins strictly because of that.
Dude, Steven, did you ever hit Pat up when he's in the league of like, hey, put in word to coach, like I'm still ready to go?
No, I was so not ready to go. I was absolutely checked out, dude. Yeah, I spent 2 years right after college in Montreal,
Yeah.
and I was like, dude, I go from starting 40 something games in the SEC to now I'm here rotting in Montreal, paying 60% taxes for universal health care. Get me out of here. Send me back to Lutz.
God, man. What was kinda like the lowest part of the CFL? Like, was it I don't know, any of the lowest
It
things?
No, the lowest thing was just my mentality, man. I was in such a just a shitty place
Mhm.
just because, you know, just everything that transpired throughout really my entire college career. I was like, dude, this is just how the did I end up in Canada? Um, but I wish I would have, kind of turned my brain on and I feel like I mean shit, dude, I threw with Deontay Johnson today.
Yeah.
He's got a house right down the road and I throw with him often, still throw the NFL guys and they call me for a reason, man. I'm not some slap dick. So but
You can
it's
sling it. I
I
mean,
think I think everything happens for a reason at the end of the day.
For sure.
I mean, I would always I made a lot of comparisons when Josh Allen got to the league. If he was very much like just like Steven, kind of played reckless, played rogue, made some dumbass mistakes at time. But if you want somebody to lead the team and have a chance at winning, I mean, game winning drive, if that comes about, like I won 5 in college and I won 17 in the NFL. I mean, two just complete warriors are going to leave it all out there on the field, and you can bet your damn life they're going to have several beers after that. Josh like to throw them back too.
Pat, what was like a moment for Steven when you're like y'all are in the huddle on offense and it's like, oh, Steven, he's taking the next step, he's locked in and like we're ready to die for the guy. Is there like a exact moment where you felt he sort of kind of got over
Well, I
the
mean,
hill?
he was an idiot. Like, I mean, granted, he was big and fat, but like, you're the starting quarterback. You're not supposed to like run into defensive tackles and defensive ends. You're supposed to run away from them. Um, but I mean, I think that was a huge part of like Steven's game and his mentality was like, I fear nobody. I'm going to go get after it. Like my teammates know I'm going to set the tone and I'm going to do it every freaking chance I possibly have. Now, I will say there were several times like coach, we didn't have many like mic IDs, our protections were pretty similar. If we were gonna be hot, like Steven was gonna get sacked. We didn't have many answers for that stuff. All we had was slide protection. So several times when I knew they were bringing more than we could block, I'm sitting in my squatty little fullback stance, and I'm like, Steve, we can't pick this up. We can't pick this up.
Get out of there.
He turns around, he's like, so what the are we supposed to do?
Dude, it's like
Slide left, you go. Slide left, you go.
I left. Quick game.
Taylor has a story, and maybe there's something similar, and maybe it ended different. But Taylor tells a story about Zach Mettenberger coming into the huddle because Mariota or somebody got hurt, and he's like, "All right, boys, y'all trust me. Watch Daddy sling it." And so they run whatever play,
Oh, I
pick
love that.
six.
Mettenberger is an absolute savage, by the way. I don't know if he still is, but I would go to Athens during like long weekends. I was friends with like Logan Gray and a couple of like Drew Butler and all those guys. So I'd go down there and I was actually there in Athens when Mettenberger got the call. We were on Logan Gray and them's couch and Mettenberger got the call. He's like, hey, you're no longer on the team at Georgia. And he's like, hey, I just got kicked off the team. Y'all want to get some beers? I was like, sure. That's
Quite a
but
way
I
to
mean,
celebrate.
it was kind of wild. Then he ends up kind of balling at LSU, and now I don't how many years did he end up playing?
Man,
He was backup quarterbacks, probably 6 or 7,
yeah,
and took 17 snaps in his career.
Well, I know he married Weisenhut's, well, however you pronounce his name, his daughter.
yeah. Wizenhut.
Weisenhut, something like that.
Yeah. I know, dude. The watch daddy spin it. Did you ever have a
I
watch
cannot
daddy?
imagine. No, man. I couldn't. Are you kidding me?
But he threw a pick six right after.
Good. He deserved to. That's embarrassing, man. If I ever said that in the huddle, I think Pat would look at me and punch me in the gizzard.
So you never
Like,
called your
dude,
shot?
no, man. No, God, no. I had Spurrier in my right ear just heckling the shit out of me in the middle of the play. I swear,
Man,
man, we'd be playing in front of everyone and God included, and the only person I could hear was Coach Spurrier's voice. Shit, shit, shit is open. Action. It's like, dude, shut up. Please. You're killing me. You're killing me. But I mean, that's all Spur Dog for you. Uh, but yeah, JP, man, who kind of get back on the deal here? Who's been your favorite guest at this point?
dude, I think one name that always jumps out for me is Max Crosby because
That's sick.
Max is just a dog. His story is awesome, the sobriety journey and everything, and the way that he treats all the behind the scenes people is peak. And no matter what contract he signs, he always shows love. And I made a bet with him 2 years ago before Victor before his rookie year. And I was like, Max, I'll put up some money that Wemby is not going to average 20 a game. And so, of course, Wemby averages like 20.5 a game. And the bet was $500. I was confident. I lost a bet. Now we only see Max like twice a year. In my head, I'm like, this is just Max is making hundreds of millions of dollars. He's not going to follow up with this bet. Every single time I see him since that day, JP, where's my money?
I
And
love
then
that.
right after he signed his extension, Taylor and Jack saw him in Vegas, and he asked Jack, he's like, hey, pull up the camera. Jack starts filming. He's like, hey, JP, I need that 500. I haven't forget and I'll never forget. I'm like, hey, but it's so cool because it's like, man, this is Max Crosby, and we have somewhat of like a friendship.
I mean, that's funny as shit.
Yeah, like, bro, 120. You signed like $180 million contract. You talking about $500?
Hey, I mean, shit. These guys need to collect.
I
You know, a
know.
bet's a bet,
I told him I'm a Venmo him $1 a day for the next 500 days.
dude. My brother does that to me, and it drives me crazy. It
Hey, but
literally drives me crazy. It's like, dude, what are you doing, man?
I
Just get
know.
over it.
And I'm like, Max, do you even have Venmo? Like, do people that have $100 million have Venmo?
And I mean, does he?
He's like, yeah, bro. You like just put my number in and you'll send it. I'm like, yeah, I'll look. And I still I'm waiting to do it in person.
Yeah, it's probably a better deal. Have you have you had any guests on the show that have been good or bad that you've kind of been surprised by? Like somebody you thought was going to be worth the shit and kind of turned into a dirtbag, or the
So
other way around?
yeah, so when Melvin Gordon first came to the bus, he was so standoffish, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, dude, this is about to be a trash interview." Like, we're all sitting in one spot of our shop, and Melvin Gordon is over on the other, like sunglasses on his phone, doing whatever. Like, this guy, like, who signed this up? And man, the minute we sat on the bus, we laughed for like an hour and a half straight of Melvin telling stories, him chopping it up with everybody. Like, I don't know what happened to him before, but during and after, he was the ultimate guest and just
Oh,
hung.
I mean, I think I know what he did. He had one of those cans.
He probably did. I know
He
I'm getting
ripped it.
towards the end. I'm like,
It's feeling
but
dangerous.
dude, Leonard Fournette, he kind of had a similar one where he's a little bit reserved when he comes in. Then he starts telling stories from him growing up and how he was like late to school every single day of his senior year because he was stopping to go get donuts at this place called Mama's. And you're like, Lenny, like, did you not expect to get suspended? He's like, suspended for what? We're like, bro, you didn't show up to 180 days of your first period. Oh my
That's ridiculous.
man, yeah, those guys. Leonard Fournette is awesome. I'm sure if you probably chopped it up with him, yeah.
Sparingly, down here in Tampa, but nothing in like a overextended conversation type deal.
Yeah.
There's a lot of those guys, man. They end up moving out towards Lutz, where I'm at, and just kind of bump into them at like Publix or
Right.
some of the local watering holes, which is kind of cool.
Did you ever consider, I get probably not just based off your experience, but did you ever consider staying in Colombia after?
What do you think?
No.
Yeah, no. You could not pay me to move out of there fast enough.
Yeah.
After the whole, debacle, and I was like, dude, I got to get the hell out of here. And I'll tell you this much, man. Coach Burr said something. He's like, time heals all. And
Mhm.
I didn't know what the hell he meant by that when he first said it, but it's like, people remember, kind of what you did, good and bad. But either way, time heals all, and you know, it's kind of wild that Pat and I have a podcast talking about Carolina, sports and athletics, after all the shit that went down throughout my entire collegiate career, to be honest with you.
Right. And I mean, I'm sure it's cool for you just with the perspective with your son now playing quarterback and you getting invited to the camps. Like, when you shared that Elite 11 thing, how how cool was that for you?
Oh, it was wild,
Yeah.
absolutely wild. Little, what is it? Hashtag proud dad moment or whatever
Yeah.
they say. So yeah, it is wild. He's still got a lot of work to do, but 17 years old, everybody's got a lot of work to do.
100%. Would you send him to Carolina if the offer was there? Or would you?
Shit, he said he would commit if they offered him right then and there.
Coach Beamer.
That's his dream school. So
I love it, bro.
yeah, we'll see. Uh, I think Pat is turkey done.
I
Pat,
won't take it personal.
yeah, no, he said his Wi-Fi is done. Oh, he just said Dakota to step in. Dakota, get your ass in here.
Dakota, we need the third.
Dang.
Oh, hey, yes.
I gotta grab a hat. I can't let people know I'm actually bald. This is wild.
Who gives a shit, man?
No, I'm playing. I'll say this real quick too, though. I don't get on these obviously for numerous reasons. I was done with my in front of the camera days, but I make an exception for my guy JP. For those that don't know, JP and I went to school together. We graduated. Did you graduate, JP?
Come on, man. You know I graduated.
You probably had better grades than I did. But we graduated at least probably the same time or around the same time, and went to school together, and we had what was called senior semester together, which is basically a full-time job. It's like a 9 to 5 where you're just doing broadcast journalism stuff, and so we got to know each other really well. Only about 30 or 40 kids in that class, and
Mm-hmm.
it's been cool. I won't start crying on you, but it's been cool to watch you kind of rise up and shoot up and get this cool online presence and watching you do what you do, man. I can't even say I'm proud of you because that seems lame, like I'm not your dad, but it's cool though, man. It's been awesome.
No, man. Hey, I appreciate that. And fun fact for the listeners, Dakota was early in the podcast game. You had a podcast while we were in class, and I feel like podcast truly wasn't definitely not nearly as popular as it is now back in 2017. And Dakota was running a podcast with Matt.
I forgot about that. I'm not even playing. So yeah, one of our other classmates and I, we weren't actually doing it to try to like create some big podcast or anything. We were just like, we like talking and we like people to listen to us talking. So let's just talk about Carolina sports. And we just did it to get some experience and thought it'd be fun. And it was fun. So yeah, I kind of forgot about that. That's hilarious.
And Steven, for some context for you, have you met Dakota's wife ever?
I think once at Steel Hands.
Yeah.
So Hannah's awesome. They met during our senior semester, and Dakota and Hannah, it was a true love story, but also, you kind of you gave him a hard time a little bit of like, dude, he was, as the kids are saying, he was simping hard.
It was.
Oh no.
Luckily she ran upstairs, so she's not right next to me like she usually is on the couch as we watch the Braves lose their 20th game in a row. But she would definitely. I'm never going to tell her that you said that because I will deny it 100 times over. But yeah, she likes to claim that I was chasing after her for months before she gave me the time of day. I don't know if that's fully true, but yeah,
not months. Come on now.
That's unbelievable. JP, how's married life for you, man?
Married life is fun, man. My wife's actually a Clemson grad, so it's my way to get in behind enemy lines consistently. She's got season tickets over there, so any away game I need to get to, I'm there. Even if they're not playing South Carolina, I show up, troll some fans. But dude, it's fun. I've known her since high school. Dakota, you don't even got to worry about the chase. I was in the friend zone for 9 years.
Oof.
Oh, that's a
Respect.
I know.
that is a
I know.
long
Saying
damn
that in front of
time.
Steven, I'm like, this man is about to dog me hard.
No.
No,
Not in front of you. He will later.
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
no,
Yeah, I'll do that later.
it's so cool. Like, I don't know. This will sound cheesy, I'm sure, but it truly does. It's made me a better person. Like, I'm so much more efficient with my time. I want to strive for more. She's very committed to her career. She's a nurse practitioner, so that's inspiring. So it's cool to see another person bring out the best in you, and then you hopefully bring out the best in them.
I mean, it's kind of what it's all about, man. It's like the Watkins team.
I don't know why by the way, he still has me saved in his phone as Dakota Watkins because he thought that was my last name for like the longest time. So I just let it ride.
Dude, don't even worry about it. Taylor, he had Jack, who has been working with Bussin longer than me, as Jack Bussin intern for like 4 years.
That's awesome.
That is unbelievable.
Jeez.
Yeah, no, at this point, Dakota's last name is not Watkins.
I'll take
That's
it,
just
honestly.
it is what it is.
That's great, man. JP, we always joke about you mentioned earlier something about you trying not to fanboy earlier, and Pat and Steven always give me a hard time every time we have a guest on. It's like, it was my idol when I was in 10th, 11th grade in high school.
Right.
I'd have to sit here and pretend like, hey, what's up, man? What's going on? And then they always just rag on me of like, you got any cute selfie pictures you took with him when you were in high school? I'm like, yeah, as a matter of fact, I do. Yeah.
Who was it that you got their autograph from?
Oh, everybody. Come on, man. I
No, you
had
said
a jersey with like everybody's on there.
I can't remember who it was. God, oh my, that's gonna drive me crazy.
Dude, I saw Melvin Ingram and DJ Swearinger at the last South Carolina Clemson game that was in Columbia, and it was just in full passing. And I'm with you, Dakota. I had to stop them and flick up with them. And luckily, I've gone back and forth with DJ on Twitter a few times. And so once I told him who I was, he recognized it, or said he recognized it. Immediately hit the group chats, y'all. It's up, man. Like, DJ, he's aware of your boy. I don't know where else we go from here.
There's nowhere to go but down from there. Steven, you were talking about Cap. That's who it was.
Yes, I was gonna say Cap. Yeah.
Captain Munnerlin.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
the man.
yeah.
I think I was in like, whatever grade I was in, 8th, 9th grade, and I was like a foot taller than Cap probably at the time already. Like, this is hilarious. That was my guy. He was a cool dude. So that part's been cool. And I know you've probably had some moments like that too, where it's just like, you're kind of like, man, I can't believe I'm doing this right now. Like it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you about all those casino videos you get. I like to, I won't say big because that'll make me sound like a degenerate, but I enjoy a craps table. I'll put it that way, and a blackjack table. But have you been in those? You've been over there, invited to some of those blackjack table runs?
Yeah, most of the videos, me and Jack will switch off filming them. And man, the first time I saw Dana White go down $3 million in blackjack, I think that, yeah, 3 million. And all this man does, he sits back, he looks around, he's like, it's time to go to war. You might be on the last soldier. The war has already happened.
Yeah, no kidding.
And man, sure enough, he walks out of that casino with 50, 60 grand, but he's up all night. And that's what makes him even more crazy is he's able to operate this multi-billion-dollar business off of 2 hours of sleep from being at the casino playing blackjack, or baccarat is their main game now.
I like baccarat too. Is he a martingale guy? Like, he goes down 3 million, so he just puts like a $6 million bet on the table, or like, is he just slowly work it back?
Chops it.
Jeez.
Slowly works back.
And that's more of attrition right there.
Yeah, that's a big shovel. Jesus Christ.
50K hands, dude. And then some casinos let him do 100K hands.
Well, I mean, he's worth $1 billion, right?
Yeah.
So who gives a shit?
If you have the ammo, you'll never lose.
And if you don't, like me, and you've got a hard cap at a few $100s every time you go, you could be in there for 45 minutes, and then your wife's giving you a look like, hey, it's time to get out of here.
Time to skedaddle. But JP, I mean, Dakota brought up a pretty good point. Do you was there any sort of guess? I mean, I think I know what you're gonna say, but is there any sort of guess that you were kind of like, holy shit, this person's here, like sitting in the bus?
Man, my first day was, and a lot of this was first day nerds, but he also is big. But my first day with them was Dave Portnoy. And, all you see online is videos of Dave just chewing out employees. I'm like, man, I'm suspect number one. Like,
Were you guys signed with Barstool at the time?
yeah, it was episode 100. So it was his first time on the bus. I'm like, dude, this Will and Taylor, I know I don't know them, but they're football guys. Like, I'm the new guy. I'm about to get cooked. And Dave comes walking out, and my heart was truly racing. So I'm like, dude, I can't believe this man's actually here. But obviously, nice as could be. And through now, I think just as we were getting ready to leave Barstool, he finally remembered my name, but for all the wrong reasons, because he pinned a mistake on me that I didn't actually make. And now it's just attached to my name. So it is.
I remember that. I almost had to stick up for you, but it wouldn't have mattered. He would have been like, I don't care. But I was like, man, don't come after my boy JP like that. Come on.
Jeez, how's that whole like separation from Barstool? I was actually, so Gruden lives down here in Tampa.
Yeah.
So I know he's doing so I trained the USF quarterbacks 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw him post, he's like, oh yeah, I'm with, so and so. And I texted him, I was like, dude, I was just at USF indoor. He's like, well, come on Thursday. I'll be there at noon. So I get there at noon. I talked to him afterwards. He was with the quarterback from Syracuse, McCord.
Yeah.
So he was with McCord, got a chance to talk with those guys afterwards. Anyways, I got a Gruden QB camp shirt with all the Barstool logos around it. I was actually going to wear it tonight. And I was like, probably not going to do that.
Man, the separation, it wasn't anything
wasn't
bad,
bad?
because Dave, obviously he saw both deals, and he was like, man, if I was you guys, I would take this as well. It's a hard number to pass up. And obviously he's bummed because we were one of their bigger brands,
Right.
but it happens a lot at Barstool. The guy, like, they have such a great platform, and they kind of coach you through and boost everybody up, which is what they're best at, and teach you the game. So he's used to it. They'll adapt. I mean, right when we're leaving, they sign Gruden. Gruden crushes on social
He's
media.
absolutely crushing it.
So it was good. And, for us, we had all the freedom in the world with Barstool, but you get signed in with some advertisers that can kind of limit you on things you do, or you have to go do something you don't actually want to do. And now that FanDuel is just the main presenting sponsor, we're fully independent. We've picked like 5 or 6 brands and, asked them, hey, can you just come in heavy and we'll over deliver on everything instead of working with a ton of people. So we'll have a lot of different access to different things. Exactly.
Yeah, well, that's kind of the dilemma we're in right now, and just trying to figure out how to make the sponsorships bigger but smaller, if that makes sense.
I know
Yeah.
it's interesting because I mean, I was telling Dakota before the podcast, I'm like, I feel like in South Carolina, there's definitely quality brands. And I would imagine there's at least 3 that would be interested in this podcast for a good number. But it's just, it's all about the relationships. We all know that. But it's a fascinating game because a lot of these companies, they don't even know. They're still funding money to the radio station or a
Right.
local TV commercial. And it's like, man, you're wasting your marketing dollars.
Right. That's kind of what we're running into. And Pat, as you know, is a type A kind of guy. He's like, hey, I need you to get the analytics for Twitter and Instagram. And I'm like, dude, we got interns for this, man. Like, let them meet.
I almost had to hop in when y'all were joking earlier about which between Will and Taylor was the type A, like the hard ass to put up with. And I was like, oh my God, if Pat doesn't own up to being this guy, I swear I'm going to have to hop in real quick. But he didn't say anything. So now that he's gone, though, I can make fun of him.
But I don't think he even heard it. I don't think he had a clue what was going on the entire night.
Hey, what's up with that Wi-Fi? I thought if you were a 10-year NFL vet, you got like Starlink or something. How does that work?
That's what I'm saying, man. The NFLPA, they're about to have a case on their hand.
Yeah, man. But no, I'll tell you what though, man, all bullshit aside, it has been a lot of fun kind of connecting with Dakota and these other interns that we've kind of got on and connecting with Pat and kind of getting to interview some of these former teammates of ours that shit, man, I played with them for 4 or 5 years. I had no idea what their childhood was like. I had no idea what their upbringing was like. I had no idea what the hell they're doing now. So getting a chance to kind of reconnect with these guys, and that's the beauty of this whole podcast. It's been pretty cool.
Man, I know the fans appreciate it. Obviously, I speak as a fan, and it's just like because so many people in South Carolina, you grow up loving anybody that has on garnet and black, and it's not like we've had that many great seasons as fans. And then y'all's crew was the one that sort of put us on the right path. And so the fact that it is y'all that do it, I think it means that much more to everybody doing it. And I know it's a drag sometimes. It's like, I have to go record another one on a Monday night. I just want to chill. But I do think y'all two are the right people for it. And if you do stick it out another football season, I feel like that's
Oh no, we're sticking it out for multiple reasons. Specifically, one to crush the competition that these mother told us that we kind of our Pat brought the idea to them. They said, "Oh yeah, we're not going to have a former guest at podcast deal," and now all of a sudden they're doing the exact same thing. And there's going to be some strong words when I come up there next month. I don't care if Pat likes it or not. Pat, when you listen to this, you'll thank me later because I'm not. It's ridiculous, man. It's absolutely ridiculous. There's a lot of snakes in the grass in this kind of environment,
for sure.
as I'm sure
And
you know.
oh yeah, definitely. And there's in the situation you're speaking on, it's like there's no reason that there can't be some synergy on it.
Are you familiar with the situation?
Not just from I have my own theory in my head of what you're talking on.
I think he knows. I think he
He's
knows.
probably right. We'll fill him in off air so that I don't get in trouble because I can't have this one be the first one I hop in on and then be yelled at later. So
That's why my point is I think everyone wins if everyone works together on it.
hey JP, all I'll say is we tried that.
Okay.
Yeah, we did try that, and you know what? Shit happens. It's part.
For sure.
It's part of capitalism.
And like you said, it lights the spark.
Oh
Right,
yeah.
that's true too. Here comes the hard pivot. JP, give me not that you couldn't get them on your own anyways, but I'm just curious, like, who's the former Gamecock that you haven't met yet that we can try to make Steven and Pat introduce you to?
Oh, that I haven't met yet. Man, let's see.
Like, who's on your list of like, man, I'd love to meet this guy or girl?
Or girl. We had class with Asia Wilson.
And Alicia Gray. Hey, Alicia and I have actually, not to make myself sound like a nerd gamer, but we've hopped on Call of Duty before. It's been a couple of years, but we're Call of Duty buddies.
That's funny.
Probably doesn't remember that, but
I think it would be cool to meet. It would be cool to meet Bruce Ellington.
yeah,
Bruce,
man, because obviously I'm a big basketball fan as well, and I'm kind of curious. I feel like Bruce kind of dropped out of the NFL sooner than I thought he would have. But you talk about somebody that did so much for the university.
Oh
just
yeah.
a bright spot everywhere. And I mean, you talk about the sacrifice that takes. It's like that dude left it all out there, and I wish he would come back around more, or that we would open it up and like kind of seek him out to bring him back and show love because he deserves it, man.
That's a good name, man. I haven't talked to Bruce in a minute. He'd be a good one to have on there. Yeah.
He would be
Oh well.
awesome.
Yeah, I think that'd be a no-brainer. What about Devin Downey? You remember him?
God, man, do I remember him?
Dude, we were in a group text and trying to get him on the thing, and then just radio silence. Radio silence.
Y'all would have to make fun of me on that one about fanboying because I was up in the nosebleeds of that Kentucky game when he dropped 30. It was wild.
Dude, I was up there too.
Well,
I was up there too, and then
I was a child.
Wait, what? You were a student?
Me?
Yeah, you were. What year
That
were
was
you?
2010. So it was the year that we beat
Okay.
baseball, basketball, and football #1 all in the same calendar.
Yeah.
So that was January 2010.
We weren't up in the absolute nosebleeds, but we were up pretty high, and we ended up getting on the court that night for a minute.
Hey, Steven, who hosted you on your visit?
Ike Crowfoot.
Ike Crowfoot.
Yep, he was a long snapper.
Oh,
His parents invented PVC lawn chair furniture. So yeah, they lived next to Shaq in Orlando. Yeah, I had several official visits to Columbia.
funded by the Ike Foots.
Funded by the university. Maybe I don't know who paid for it, but I did not.
Yeah, man, that's wild.
Yeah, my wife's here now, so I can't say too much.
For sure, for
Oh,
sure.
sure.
You stayed in.
She's giving me the stink eye.
It was an Inky Johnson type
Love you.
visit. You're like, hey, just take me back to the hotel, man.
Yeah, no, it was not like that.
But yeah, man, Devin Downey, Trey Kelly,
Trey. Yeah.
Ronaldo Balkman, all those guys would be solid on here.
Ronaldo Bachman, Tampa.
Does he live there?
Yeah, well, he's from here. He went to my high school.
Dang, man.
Yeah, Torrance Kinsley
Yeah.
went to my high school too. Jefferson, man. Well, shit, man, that was dude. This is a hell of a little show here, man.
We've been rolling, man. I truly do appreciate it. Y'all having me on. This is awesome.
Well, I mean, dude, to be honest, I wanted to get you on prior. I just didn't know if it was a conflict of interest or
Oh yeah, not at all.
how.
Man.
Okay.
I'm happy to hop on whenever.
That's
No.
it was funny because they threw out JP's name in the group chat, and I was like, it's gonna be hard for me to explain to you guys that I actually know this guy, like because anytime you're like, oh yeah, I know so and so, they're like, yeah, okay, cool. And I'm
Right.
like, no, like it's hard to explain, but like we were basically locked in a room together for 5 months for 8 hours a day. Like I know the guy, like. But that was cool, man. I was like, oh yeah, I didn't have to suggest it. Like y'all said, JP, let's get him on. Let's do it. That's cool.
Well, hey, we're gonna run with it on social media too. We'll get that Gamecock army behind it.
That's awesome.
Absolutely. Well, cool, man. Well, JP, I'm gonna hit you up afterwards and just kind of shoot the shit with you for a little bit. But yeah, man, this was freaking awesome.
For sure. Hey, yeah. Thanks again, man. Go Gamecocks. Y'all already know national championship loading. Beamer,
Yep.
Coach of the Year, Sellers, Heisman. It's all happening this year.
All right, boys. Appreciate y'all. Dakota, welcome to the tribe, man.
One and done, baby. Only for JP. That's it.
You the man.